This is Soiree, an event in Anderson, South Carolina that touts itself as a signature arts festival. But is it? Well, if you're an artist considering taking part in this event, I've got some good news and bad news. If you want to know more, stick around and let's take a look inside the tent. Soiree takes place in downtown Anderson, South Carolina. The application fee is only $10, which is pretty appealing. The booth fee was $150 with a mandatory $100 tent fee because they don't just provide a tent for you, but you are not permitted to bring your own tent at all. This means when you show up, your tent and weights are already in place. They tout the event as a signature arts festival, and we'll talk about what that means shortly. The application says you will be supplied with a 10x10 tent with 4 detachable rain walls, which is not accurate. The application says displays must be appealing and professional. Let's take a close look at the tent itself, the one they require you to use, and why it is a deal breaker for me. The feet and legs of the tent are strong, especially for a pop-up. The skeletal infrastructure of the tent is great. The trusses are made of aluminum with steel hardware. They are thick and sturdy. But as this video plays, take a close look at what they call rain walls. They've taken 2 long rectangular tarps, tied them in the back, and wrapped them around the tent and zip-tied them to the frame itself. Where the tarps and canopy meet is a gap without overlap. So where a professional artist tent has walls that zip onto a canopy that overlaps the wall and is actually rainproof, this setup looks like someone either tried to save money or has not experienced a professional tent where you need to protect your work. And I'm guessing that person is the fire marshal. I don't know for sure. There are applications where this would be fine, like a family picnic, but I would have been happier and better off in inclement weather if I were able to use my own tent. Fortunately, it did not rain. In the back of the tent, they zip tie the 2 large tarps together, wrap them around the tent as far as they can go, but that leaves about a 30-inch gap in the front, and you are responsible for taking care of that. So some people used one of their own tent walls that they brought with them. Some people left it wide open. Some used another tarp. It was neither professional looking or appealing. The event takes place on Friday evening and all day Saturday. It was a very well-attended event, and they have something for everyone, but that's not necessarily a good thing if you are an artist looking for a strictly fine arts festival. A lot of people are there to drink beer and listen to music. They have live music on several stages, and this year they had country music star Josh Turner, who brought a lot of people to the event, but more people were carrying beer and lawn chairs than purchased artwork. 75 paces from my booth and close to the live music was a petting zoo. I love animals and I understand their appeal, but if the animals had a choice, I don't imagine they would want to be stuck in a cage at a loud, crowded event like this, and some of them were clearly stressed out. If this were strictly a fine art event, there would be no animals in cages. The event feels more like a county fair than an arts festival. And the art that was there was more of a subsection of the fair. The animals, the bubble blowers, whatever the hell this thing is great family fun. But it's not an arts festival. It's a something for everyone festival with art as a subset. And to be clear, I made money here. It's only an hour from my house. I made about $1,200. There's a low point of entry fee. And I'm not telling you whether or not you should do the event. Only you know that. I won't do it again if I have to use their tent, and I'm not the only one that felt that way. The quality of the art was good, but it's an art, craft, food, music, alcohol, animals festival. As I said, I had about $1,200 in sales, but $550 of that was from a single participating artist who drove from several states away to be in this event, and was disappointed at her experience. A couple suggestions to maybe make this an ideal event for artists. Number 1, hold 2 events. This one, but without art, and the art show on a different date, same location. Also, allow artists to bring their own tent and just enforce the tent weight requirement. Have a conversation with that fire marshal. I don't know what the deal is. Given the sheer volume of public who attended, I would say it's well advertised. Load-in was easy, but there was little to no guidance, so we just picked a point of entry and drove to our booth, then parked and walked to check-in. There are no amenities that I can recall. Loadout was easy, though we opted to hand truck everything out because they wouldn't let you drive your car back in until about an hour after the event, if I recall, because people were still attending the music events. A lot of young, non-art buying people attend this event, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were marshmallow shooters here somewhere. In my opinion, it's not a bad event at all. It's just not a fine art event at all. One person came into my booth and gleefully said aloud, "A dang dog turd could be a piece of art. Who knew?" Now, I know the woman meant no offense, it's just who she is, but that should give you a sense of who is attending this free event. I was told by others that in past years the organizer requested feedback about the event afterwards, and that they actually appeared to be listening. This year they did not request feedback, so I'm not sure if that means they are no longer interested in hearing what others have to say. I just don't know. To be clear, I don't know that they should change a thing about this event other than the way they describe it to entice artists. Hell, I would take my kids to this event, but having participated in actual fine art shows, I can't put this event in the same category. On the upside, there's plenty of places to eat downtown. You might find something awesome to buy, hear some good music, and have a good time. If you decide to apply, you might want to request a space far from loud generators. I would encourage artists to visit this event before applying or ask around quite a bit before committing to it. Good luck in your decision and safe travels out there.